What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Man here. Welcome back to the channel. Good morning. Let's talk about supplements a little bit, shall we? You're in, I'm in. Great. Let's do it. The reason why I came up with this topic is because in recent live streams, I did a live stream last Sunday, it came up again. There's always questions about supplements, and in particular collagen and creatine. And again, I had to answer questions about what I think about these supplements and stuff like that. So I figured, okay, I make a video about that topic that you can go to see my current opinion on the stuff. And I thought about, because the topic is coming up so frequently in the chat of the live streams again and again. Probably somewhere out there they are doing some sort of advertisement for supplements, in particular collagen, because that one is get asked super frequently. So I typed into Google collagen supplement study or something like that, and there's one prominent link came up pointing to a study. A collagen supplement improves skin hydration, elasticity, roughness, and density. Results of a randomized placebo-controlled blind study. So this sounds really good, right? It sounds really good because this is the gold standard of scientific studies. You have a randomized placebo-controlled blind study. This is how you usually do it. And then you read abstract, the purpose of this is to investigate the effects of drinkable nutraceutical elastin, brand name, from Quiris Healthcare, Gütersloh, Germany. So right away we can see that it's about this is about a supplement that comes from a company that is called Quiris Healthcare, which is based obviously in Germany, on skin aging and skin health. So skin aging is already a touchy term in my opinion, because what is aged skin really? How do you determine aged skin? But it's obviously catches the attention of a lot of people already, because nobody wants to look old. Everybody wants to have super nice skin, right? And especially if we look on the female side of things, we know all these advertisements on the TV, with perfect models with perfect skin, and then you only have to use this kind of skin cream to look 10 years younger. And especially the female audience is very susceptible to this kind of advertisement, right? And as we're going to read on, we will soon enough see to which kind of audience this study is directed towards to actually. On skin aging and health, drinking ampoules provides a blend of 2.5 grams of collagen peptides, acerola fruit extract, vitamin C, zinc, biotin, and a native vitamin E complex. Wow, that sounds good, right? Everything that the skin needs to be wonderfully supple and young. This controlled interventional trial was performed on 72 healthy women aged 35 years or older. They received nice. This is just the perfect kind of group of people that this product is designed for, right? Nice. And they received either food supplement or a placebo for 12 weeks. The skin assessment was carried out. And they looked at different parameters, and The test product significantly improved skin hydration, elasticity, roughness, and density. The differences between the verum group and the placebo group were statistically significant for all test parameters. These positive effects were substantially retained during the follow-up. The measured effects were fully consistent with the subjective assessments of the study participants. The nutraceutical was well tolerated. Wow, that sounds great, huh? We found a solution for all skin aging, a nice supplement. And then you read, this is the abstract. This is the thing that most people would read when they look at a study for the first time. This is about what probably 95% of the people read, not fully, but some will read it fully. And then 5% of the people will scroll down to see how they actually did it, what's the methods, how did they get to these conclusions, right? And then even less people probably would go even further down the study to look at some things like author contributions, funding, and conflicts of interest. So we see funding, for example. This research was funded by Quiris Healthcare Germany. So it was funded by the company that produces the supplement. Okay, you can see this when we go back to the abstract. Quiris Germany is the company that produces this supplement thing. Conflicts of interest. The authors declare no conflict of interest. The sponsor had no influence on execution, analysis, and interpretation of the data. Yeah, maybe not, but obviously they wanted to have some very special result, right? So this is the big problem. The big, huge classical problem when we look at nutritional studies of any kind, okay? Whether it's pro-veganism nutritional studies, for example, pro-vegetarianism nutritional studies, pro-meat-eating nutritional studies, pro-carnivore nutritional studies, or whatnot, whatever is out there, pro-keto nutritional studies. Usually the authors have, they want to propagate a certain result. They want to propagate a certain agenda. In this case, the conflict of interest is super obvious because there is a company which produced a collagen supplement and then they wanted to look their supplement as legit as possible. And the way how you do this nowadays is you bring out a study, your study proves your results statistically significantly, and then you can lay back and pat yourself on the back and say, yeah, we did it. We did a nice job. We can easily sell this to the people now. So always look at this kind of stuff with, be careful. Use common sense and see the conflicts of interest yourself, okay? There is no need for any supplement if you are on a proper diet. This is something that I learned myself the hard way, if you want to say it like that, because I had my vegan days as well, as you guys know, back in the day. And back then I took some supplements. I took vitamin B12, I took vitamin D in the winter. These were the only two actually. And I also experimented with some protein powders, some plant-based protein powders like hemp protein and Sun Warrior blends and stuff, but never got any significant results with that. So if you need to supplement something, and I started supplementing because I did blood tests and the blood test showed low B12 levels. So I started, okay, I have to supplement B12. I supplemented B12, my levels went up again. And the thing is that these tests, these are test strips, okay? They detect certain molecules. They can't even tell you whether these molecules are actually bioactive in your body, whether they actually are health furthering in your body or are actually just a burden to your body maybe. You can't say for sure, okay? All you can say is that the test strip can pick up this molecule in your blood, but what it's actually doing there, if it's doing good, any good, or some harm maybe even, we don't know. And the reason is this is an extracted compound. It is completely thrown out of its natural composition, of its natural, complex organic constitution that it usually has. Vitamin B12 is very abundant in animal products, so it has it serves specific purposes there. It's probably the best if we just get it from those foods, right? And not extract it like crazy. I mean, you don't actually extract it. The vitamin B12, as far as I know, is created by certain bacteria and then they isolate it and concentrate it. But still, these processes of extracting and concentrating that stuff and then putting it into a pill and then eating it, expecting your body to just take it up as if it was from actual food and then utilize it as if it was actual food. For me, that's kind of a stretch, okay? I much more rely now on the actual food, on the real food. And nowadays, I don't supplement anything. There is just not a need for it, okay? I don't feel the need for it. I eat everything nowadays. And this is something that I would recommend anybody of you do as well, okay? Because supplements are a huge cash cow to a lot of companies out there, to a lot of really, really rich people, okay? There is these kind of pyramid scheme shaped companies out there which make crazy amounts of money based on probably bogus science like this. And then it's just falling victim to that kind of stuff, right? And then we can look at creatine, for example. Another topic which is often discussed in the climbing community. if you eat a proper diet, you get natural amounts of creatine in your diet anyway. Okay, if you eat some red meat from time to time, you get natural amounts of creatine anyway. So there's not really need to supplement that stuff, right? I think the problem is the same is true with collagen, of course. If you just eat meat from time to time, collagen is a natural part of meat. You've got stomach acid, you can dissolve that kind of stuff and then take up the amino acids and then rebuild the collagen in your own body, right? But of course you have to eat also the right proteins in the right amounts to be able to do that. But this is what you have your stomach acid for, dissolving that meat and getting the amino acids out of it. So this is how I think about it. In terms of creatine, there's always the discussion when it comes to climbing. Are the power benefits really worth the additional weight that you're gonna put on when you start supplementing creatine, right? Because yeah, of course you're gonna have a little bit more power in your forearms because creatine is essentially an energy currency in the body, and you can very directly use it to produce energy for climbing or whatnot. But it's also pulling a lot of water into your body because you're supplementing it in the form of a salt. And this salt pulls a lot of water. It's going to make you significantly heavier. And then the question is whether this additional weight not outweighs the strength gains, right? So these are all the thoughts that go into creatine. And there's a whole plethora of supplements out there that need to be discussed nowadays because we have access to them. Although we don't really know what's in there, supplements do not underlie any regulations at all, contrary to, for example, medicine, which has to be proven a lot with a lot of studies until they get thrown into the market. Although that's super fishy terrain as well, right? They do a lot of scamming there as well. With medicine, but at least it looks like it's more tested and it has to be more legit, so to say. With supplements, this is not the case at all. They can throw anything in there that they want. A lot of supplements are actually waste products of certain industries. So really be careful in what kind of terrain you're walking there. In my opinion, if you feel the need to supplement anything, then you're probably not on the correct diet. And what does this correct diet look like? It contains definitely also some animal products. It also contains, in my opinion, also some raw animal products even, because they are very well digested, they are very well utilized, contrary to popular belief, and actually very health furthering. So this is my modern opinion on the supplement topic. Do you really need anything in terms of supplement for rock climbing performance? No, not if you're on a proper diet. When we talk about stuff like doping, okay, which is a whole nother subject, stuff like growth hormones, testosterone, stuff like hormonal therapy, which really impacts your recovery rates and stuff like that. I mean, this is obviously another story. These things really work, and this is why they are banned, in a lot of sports and on the blacklist and stuff. But this is a whole nother subject, right? I mean, here we're working with really powerful drugs, with really powerful substances, and the question whether that is healthy or not is still valid, right? Probably it's not healthy to raise your hormone levels into unnatural terrain. So but this is another subject. Most people shy away from that anyway because they feel like, oh shit, now it's getting real. This is really impacting my body chemistry, right? But with supplements, it's like, it's maybe helping. You do it, you try it out, and you see how it works. But in my opinion, it's most of the time useless. It's just a waste of money and possibly even dangerous to your body because you're intoxicating it with some stuff that you don't even know that's in there, right? So this is my opinion on supplements nowadays. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know down below, of course. What's your opinion? What's your experience with the topic? Maybe you've tried something out yourself. In that case, let me know about your results. And drop a like if you're down there already. That's always appreciated. And I'll see you soon in the next one, guys. Bye.